Okay, this is a debriefing video. We just spent a few hours on Lake Michigan, and in conditions that are a little more challenging for the two of us, but
Absolutely, yeah.
I'd say we did pretty good. Starting from the beginning, Kent took us out of the marina, and it was a flawless maneuver.
Well, thanks. I think it went well. I think the deal is that the story of the whole day is that it was hard, it was challenging, but
True.
we really anticipated, like at every turn, we knew kind of what we were going to do, and I think that made a huge difference.
Yeah, and we also, like, before we made moves, we consulted, like, we talked about it.
So I usually putts getting out of the dock because I like to be really slow. But with as much wind as there was, we would get thrown around if we did. So I stood on it and we zipped out of here like we were on fire, and
Yeah, it was
actually
great.
worked out well.
We spent a couple of hours out on Lake Michigan with winds from, I would say, 15 to,
Mid-20s.
yeah, we had, for a moment, we had gusts at 25 knots, which is, that's the first, I mean, this is the first time we've sailed in that sort of situation where we've got gusts of wind.
And the thing is, honestly, if it had been steady wind at that, that's a lot, but that's a force you can react to. The wind was highly variable in speed and direction.
Yeah, and the other thing is that this boat has a single reef, which that is a big deal, actually. We were not able to use the mainsail. Like, ultimately, we just dropped the mainsail and sailed with the jib.
Yeah, what that means is that the mainsail, there's no way to make it smaller. It's kind of all or none, or half, all, half, or none, and half was more than we wanted today.
Yeah, we wanted about a third.
So because we didn't use that, we were getting blown around less, but the boat was less balanced because we were only using the jib sail, the forward sail. And so the steering was a much more active process.
Yeah.
Other boats that we've had that had a roller furling main, you can kind of infinitely decide how much you want out.
Yeah.
And that would have been a really nice setup. That, in fact, I saw a lot of boats out that looked like they were doing just that. They had maybe a third of their main rolled out and about a third of their jib rolled out, and they were buzzing around just fine.
And the single reef in the mainsail is just not much of a reef.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of sail. And then finally, we had a great time. The waves were big.
Yeah.
Big waves. So that was kind of fun.
Between 6 and 8, depending on who's estimating.
Yeah. And then finally, I brought us back into the marina and into the slip. And, whew, it was an ugly job. It was not pretty. But as our neighbor here points out every single time, if you don't have to get out the checkbook, then it's a successful.
Yeah, and I would, not to overdo it, but her lineup and entry into the slip was perfect, spot on. I got the spring line on. What happened was we had a whole bunch of wind crosswise to the dock, and with only one line on and nobody else to help us with lines, it took a minute for me to get the lines on, and the boat got kind of just blown over to the side. But we hauled it back, and it's good.
Yeah, we're here now. We survived, so happy for that. All right, there you have it. Our debrief on an outing on Lake Michigan in sort of heavy weather, or, mid-range weather and big seas.
Yeah.